BB and Jack Frost. What's up, party people? Yo, before the video even start, do me a favor and hit that like button. And if you haven't subscribed yet, subscribe and also join the notification gang. Hashtag Bronx Bombers. Let's get it. Alright, so your man R. Kelly seemed to have found himself in another little dilemma, or a big dilemma, should I say, because he's being accused of holding women against their will, and this is not something that is acceptable in our society. So there is a Jocelyn Savage who says that she was once held against her will, coming out with the family of another young lady who is currently allegedly being held against her will, and they're trying to, I guess, liberate these women who, as far as I can tell, can leave at any time that they wish, but don't wish to leave. Now, with that being said, we have to also take into consideration that people can be manipulated to do things that are against their best interests. So sometimes families really are trying to help and get a person out of a situation that they've gotten themselves into that can be bad for them mentally and physically, and quite honestly, spiritually. But by all intents and purposes, it's not really proven that Mr. Kelly is holding these women against their will. As far as everything that I've seen and read and heard, heard and read, they have the right to leave whenever they choose. They are just not choosing to leave. Maybe he's holding them there with the promise of fame and fortune. Maybe he has just browbeat them to the point where they're obedient. I don't know. I'm not proclaiming to know, but I do know that these are not children. So at this point, you have to say, is this just an attack on Mr. Kelly? Can it just be an attack? But at the same time, I can absolutely 100% understand the family's point of view if the families are not allowed access to their children. Who would want for their daughter to go decide to get with some guy and then they never see them again? So I would think that it would probably be in Mr. Kelly's best interest to kind of relinquish some of the hold that he has on these women and allow for them to meet up with their families. But, who am I? I'm just, thinking what I consider to be logic and reason. I would personally feel a little weird about a female that would come be with me and then decide that she never wants to ever see her family again unless she gave me a damn good reason. I would be really skeptical of this woman. So, I don't know. That's what's basically happening over there. There's been some people that have come out besides Jocelyn Savage, who I don't have full information on, as far as I haven't spoken to them directly. It'll just be hearsay for me to report it. There's a just or hearsay. There's a a producer who says that he's personally seen situations where whenever R. Kelly has the women in the room with him and there's other men in the room, the ladies have to turn around and face the wall because they're not allowed to look at the men, and they all have to always have on jogging suits because he doesn't want anybody to see their bodies and all types of craziness. I mean, I would not think that R. Kelly would be this insecure, but you never know nowadays with what's going on with people, especially after the trial that he had to go through. You never know how that actually affected him, and trying to probably change his perception of what he was going to accept and what he was not going to accept. So that's kind of where they're at this point. So and it's like a couple of other things that I heard the reporter reporting on that I thought was kind of weird, and I'm just not down for. But at the same time, we still have to understand that these women are adults, and if they don't want to leave, there's no one that can force them to. But R. Kelly needs to come up off the poontang and allow for these women to at least speak to their families. That's kind of crazy. That right there could be no co-signing by me. There can be no co-signing by me. There's no reason in the world why I would see why these women wouldn't be allowed to speak with their families unless they just were choosing to not speak with their families. But on another note, now one of the families of one of the girls is coming up talking about she has ADHD. What the hell does it having a deficit of an attention deficit has to do with somebody being able to manipulate you? I'm lost on that one. So if anybody knows how that works with the other thing, please somebody tell me, because I want to know about this. Anyway, leave the comments down below. I want to know what y'all guys think about this. As always, what y'all guys think about this is way more important to me than what I think about this, because I already know what I think about this. So like, comment, subscribe, hit that notification bell. If you haven't hit that notification bell yet, you playing yourself. Share, and that's all I got on this one. I'm out.